Hello, I'm Stephen Mason and welcome to the podcast for Darkman. Just before I press play, Paul Ray was going to help us send some voice clips over, but Paul Ray's just sent us a picture of him in bed. I didn't really need to see that, Paul Ray. There's a lot of rumbling under them sheets going on there, Paul Ray. Okay, so I'm about to press play now. Okay, before this starts, I apologise in advance. I love the old school Universal logo here, by the way. Metamorphosis from old to new, to the one that was on the Mummy, to the 70s, to the big band spanking 90s one. I've been really ill over the last 3 days. The fact that I've been in bed for nearly 50 hours, man, it's been rough. I've watched about 10 films. I haven't done any filming, any podcasting or anything like that. I've literally been covered in shakes. So yeah, Darkman starting there. I love the music. You know, do 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 do. A lot of mirror effects and smoke, a lot of dark contrast. Kind of love it. Now you got to give Darkman some love, and if you've never seen it, before the intro restarts, so it fades into the docks. Now Sam Raimi, director of Evil Dead, done a lot of films in the late 70s into the early 80s, had his big break with Evil Dead. Wanted to make a movie for Batman, and he couldn't get the rights to that, and he couldn't get the rights to the Shining fucking Shadow. So he invented his own character called the Darkman. You know, but again, this is the same guy who went on to direct the Spider-Man trilogy. So I'm sorry, I am struggling today. I probably will struggle through this, to be honest with you. Apologies. I am going to do all three Darkmans as well. So anyway, Sam Raimi wanted to do it. That was his brother just past screen there as well. And pretty much helped with the Coen brothers. Created the script, and you know, they all collaborated on bringing this out. So this dropped just in about 1990. This dropped a year after Batman, and the same year as Dick Tracy as well. Does have a little bit of noir, even though it's meant to be set in modern times. It does have quite a good comic book style of it, like the Roger Rabbit, Dick Tracy kind of look going on there. Very pastel in colours. My phone's going to go off in the background. Little CGI in it, if not any, so it's a really good shot of the dock there. You know, big wide camera crane coming down there, big marching right in order. You always got to watch the extras in these shots, like Bruce Willis and 12 Monkeys look alike there. You just see it. So Danny Elfman's music's really coming along. I mean, it's mental because Danny Elfman obviously did the Batman soundtrack. So when you're watching this, you can hear Batman, but it is Darkman because Elfman just got to do what he wanted. You know, I mean, there wasn't at first, from what I know, there wasn't. I had to break it off. It's called Eddie Black as well, you know. You know, there's no like studio. There wasn't any studio interference till later on, from what I read. You know. Eddie Black. Duran's such a weird. Well, he's such a weird actor. You know, as an antagonist in the movie, it works. He's more, but to me, he's more of a henchman. So here you go. You've got about 25 guys aimed on guys with no guns, and one guy with a wooden leg takes out nearly everybody. Like one guy hops. What's everyone else shooting at? That was some crazy audio effects. It's just cars waiting to blow out. Pure on, like, I don't know, there's a lot of like 60s elements in there. There's a nice little dummy getting run over and just thrown across there. And there you go. Bang. He's even got a pirate patch on. Take the key there. It's a brief cameo from the Silver Bullet guy there. That would be if that shot there where the guy just got shot in the head and turned his head, that would have been a CGI blood sprat on the screen. Squat. Yeah. They've got Sam Raimi's brother Durant, hoppy guy. Where's the bald-headed guy gone? So yeah, there's some nice colours in there. So yeah, the fetish about chopping your fingers off with cigar cutters. Ooh, yeah, there he is. Shaved his head, he would been a great kingpin back in the day as well, I think. Oof. Just hold his finger down there a minute, you can just see the top of his finger. So that sets up Durant, and we get this smoke and mirrors coming in here with the real music. Liam Neeson's name comes on the top there. A lot of dark imagery, some of it is distorted Darkman in the background. And there you go. Logo looks great, Darkman standing in the air and stuff like that. The music really comes in. Yeah, this is like the main theme. Larry Drake plays Durant as well. Music by Danny Elfman. So apart from Francis McDonald, who was married to one of the Colins at the time, as I said, I think they lived together across from each other in film school. So even though they've went off to do all the kind of like Fargo and all that kind of stuff, you know, there's always a core craziness right down to the scripts, like twists. I think a lot of things going on there. A lot of mirror effects there. Story by Sam Raimi. Black font, you know, quite uncommon. Nice colour behind it. Black font is a hard font to pull across. I mean, again, you're getting images of the Darkman there. So Bill Paxton was up for playing Darkman, and so was Bruce Campbell, but unfortunately he got turned down and Liam Neeson took over. And Liam Neeson's name is now above Darkman when it gets released. Now, as it goes in the scientific stuff, you know, before I go really into it, taking pictures there, and it's very and it carries a lot of 70s like Batman the TV show, like with Adam West in it, you know. It's got that kind of uber. There's some CGI coming here, some Lawnmower Man shit coming here. There again, I think it's the year before Lawnmower Man, to be honest with you. The making of artificial skin. Yeah, there's some flaws in this technology here, I mean. First one, there's just a nose. At the moment, there's just a nose anyway. So yeah, I always wanted to see Darkman when I was young, but it's always been an 18. The visual effects, the front cover of Darkman, I love. I think it's stunning. From the orange, the blue, the purples, the black. Darkman standing out, hand out there, and you know, like explosion behind him on it, scaffolding. I finally got to see it and I loved it. It wasn't what I was totally expecting. It totally like revs up to be like an absolute roller coaster by the end of it. So I had it on DVD. I've got it on VHS small box. I recently got it on big box VHS. I've had the action figure since the early 2000s, part of the Movie Maniacs collection. It's always in the background of my videos. He's sky high, if you ever see me out in the room, above the Thing poster. He's up there. Sorry, see, I told you I'm being well. I've got, and he got us a US import small box slipcase, which is awesome. I have it on Laserdisc, and it's one of the Laserdiscs where a collector has cut the edge off to pull the Laserdisc out more correctly, but it's a bit weird. I got the steelbook off the movie pop guy Paul Ray, but it's a German import. And Darkman has never been released on Blu-ray on its own, and about a year and a half ago, maybe it was 2, all 3 of them came out for the first time on Blu-ray as a box set. and they were whacking £30 for a free set Blu-ray. I was like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I don't think Darkman 3's ever been on DVD, or it was short-lived. They've brought a box set out as well, so a company must have came along and picked them all up. And it recently dropped down, and with work, and I had some points saved up, it cost us £7 brand new after it finally dropped down in price there. So it's the reason I picked it up, and I watched 2 and 3, and this is the first time I've seen 1 on this format. But yeah, rant over about my love for Darkman. I've dressed up as Darkman quite a few times in my video. It's an unusual but easy character to do. Normally you get, are you the Invisible Man? No. The Invisible Man's the person who says he's going to come to the party but never turns up, but said he was at the party, and you're too drunk to go, oh, you were at the party. That's the Invisible Man. So yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a couple of days, but I've meant to go under different kind of rants and stuff. So when I was doing my little tribute video for the Darkman, if you have a nice little plot device there, which paperwork is it? The one with the coffee stain. Every time you skip forward, it always starts. I think the first 3 or 4 chapters start outside. I was going to call him Preston there, painting for the Darkman. It's not a letter to him, so why would his name be on there? I'm looking to see what his name is. It's in my head. A lot of things are today, but my head's so fucking clouded, man. Anyway, Dr. Peyton Wesley, I don't give a fuck. It always starts outside his apartment, you know, a couple of times, so yeah. So Frances McDowell's there as well. She's been introduced, yeah. Hitting the high street there, definitely turn of the 90s. Everyone's got that short, big bobby hair on that street. Fucking spurring the moment walking down the street. Liam Neeson obviously went on to do great things in a couple of years' time in Schindler's List. Michael Collins did some really serious roles, award-winning stuff, and you know, he's been a very busy actor. I mean, he was doing very serious roles for a time. Then now he's in everything from Star Wars to Taken 1, 2, 3 to Unstoppable. He's in an amazing movie called The Grey. And every time I watch The Grey, I never think of Darkman. Grey's an amazing movie if you haven't seen it, about the wolves. It's a shame that you only did 1, but then he's smart enough why you only did 1. So anyway, back to the box set while I'm ranting on. As you see that she goes to her boss about a bit of naughty going on. I think this borrows a lot from RoboCop as well, the corporate. But back to the box set, you know, like coming out at £30 for 3 discs, and bearing in mind this disc has a couple of extra features on. It's got a commentary, it's got a few behind the scenes. 2 and 3 have fuck all. They've all got the same menu screen. And if you think about Darkman, and if you think about RoboCop, it's got a lot in common with Darkman. The fact that the first one's a big budget one, and then you had 2 and 3 made back to back, and then there was a massive delay between the release of 3 after 2, like years, and the same thing happened with RoboCop and Darkman, and then Predator. So Predator 1, 2 and 3 in a box set. And the average retail price of Predator and RoboCop on Blu-ray as a trilogy box set is £8, believe it or not. And a Darkman comes along and it's 30 quid, and you think, what? So yeah, the film, there's a lot of love for orange, from artwork to the film to that film tone. But you've got award-winning actors in this in early days of their careers, you know what I mean? Frances McDowell just won the Academy Award last year, you know. 3 billboards out of Missouri, whatever it's called. That's the one. I haven't seen it, but rave reviews. But that's the same actress. I recognise him a lot, but it's probably because I'm known from here. Robert Durant. But yeah, we'll go into the flaws of the Darkman in a bit. But yeah, it sets up the story well. You know, a couple, the wrong people, wrong time, wrong place. And again, a lot of story what you heard back in the 90s, especially like in Batteries Not Included and all that. It's developing land. We want people out and we want the land, you know, to develop on. There's a lot of like, I mean, over in England you don't see it at all, but like in America you just see these great apartments or these abandoned buildings doing nothing, and you know, just lay there to waste, and you think, fucking hell, look at the size of that place, and it's just up for grabs. So it doesn't take the bad guys long to so the problem with the skin, wait, why the fuck am I going to explain the problem with the skin for? Again, if you haven't seen Darkman and you listen to my comedy, please watch the film first. I'm doing a podcast for it, so if you follow me podcast, it's worth watching the film before it. His voice sounds so dubbed. But even there, I mean, Sam Raimi's great approach to his, what he once said, just the light on Liam Neeson's eyes there. Yeah, it's quite creepy. Neeson's got this proper, like, angry, aggressive, urgent voice. And he comes off quite sinister when he's happy. How did you not hear? That was a total different cut. Oh, Bruce Willis is back. See, you know, it's got... I mean, I don't even think Sam Raimi would have even seen Batman, you know. Like... It's great stunt work going on there. Yeah, but like, you know, Batman came out in '89, this came out in 1990. It's just like... You would have been filming this to get this ready, if you know what I mean, especially music score, so... You even look there, shadow effect going on the wall. Pans back. It's just, I think it's really good, really well made film. It'd be interesting to see Sam Raimi actually do a superhero film now, where he has complete control. There's a great shot coming here, and I think it is Liam Neeson. Dedicated actor back then, probably still is into his stunts, but that's a pretty head-on stunt, that. Again, a bit like Robocop, has a brutal beat down by bad guys. Yeah, he gets his absolutely brutal beating there. Sam Raimi's little brother's going to kill someone. See, Liam, I'm flinching there because Liam Neeson is selling it. You know what I mean? So. That's the paper we're looking for. We know that because of the coffee ring. Bingo. No, it's not bingo. So here comes mix of effects. First off, we're going to have a bit of stop animation, I think. Yeah, some old school there. The burning of the hands on fire. And a great point of view of his head going in the air. It's just filmed really, really well. He's dying. Danny Elfman's was getting great shots of light in there as well. That'd be funny there if you look at the roof there. It did look like the top of the set, but it's meant to be a burnt out building. And we see there's elements, obviously Danny Elfman, there's elements of Beetlejuice as well. So, you know, it just fits up there with a Tim Burton film. Well, it's a Sam Raimi film. So again, this is the next chapter when that starts, and it starts again outside his apartment. And this is a fairly mint explosion, but I think it cuts to a model, like a miniature. Boom. Oh, creepy little Liam Neeson there. He looks like he's got plenty of time with that ticker. But then I love it how it gets really close. And this is one of the shots you're going to see in every Darkman from now on. There, right there. Especially that bit. Yeah, it totally looks like a miniature there. Some big explosion in there. Very similar to what you would get in Die Hard 2 when he gets blown out the cockpit on the ejection seat. Oh shit, that one. And then there's a great morph coming up here. Green screen and a morph. Again though, what's familiar? Beetlejuice, you know, that score coming in there. So, you know, a very artistic comic book style going there. Now I was watching this the other night and there's a shock. There is Speedbagger right there, who is from Prayer of the Roller Boys. And this is running the year before Prayer of the Roller Boys. It would be the same year as Roller Boys, so that was proper freaky. Because I think I did Prayer of the Roller Boys the night I'd start watching this. You know, he has a couple of lines there, nothing about saying your prayers, boy. It comes off as the groundskeeper. And even if you look, when they run away, I noticed this. He's standing with a stick, so he doesn't come to rush, so just off to the right there. So he's a grave digger with a stick, so great actor. I think he's great in Pray of the Roller Boys. So some underwater action going here. See, I would love to be in a bath like that. I love like being in showers and stuff like that. That just, I wouldn't like to be in the situations he's in, like. But there's a lot of cameos here. Now that's John Landis, American Werewolf in London director, with a beard there. I'm sure the lady who's leading him's in American Werewolf as well. So setting up the character of Darkman, I mean, he's been burnt and they've severed his nervous system, which is not really a superpower, but it just makes him more stronger with rage and stuff like that. Not knowing his own capabilities, feels limitless, you know. So ooh, I don't like this. It's a lovely doctor. Sticking with sorry. Okay. I don't. That would just be horrible. Like waking up this spinning. Amplifies it. So when Liam Neeson was on set, he tried what everyone calls method acting and wanted to be called Darkman. I think until it became a bit too much, I think. Where's the art? He's over there. Can we have Darkman, please? Again though, you know, Liam Neeson's got quite a gritty voice. There's a lot of stuff got to be traded through makeup as well, so. And then we've got these mad radical effects here. I mean, that's totally like crazy 70s acid stuff going on here, especially with that fucking fireball. Even there's like Liam Neeson there as a gesture, you know. A jester, that's the word. Calling out Dr. Allcom. Dr. Allcom. So yeah, there's a lot of cameos in the back, especially now with Raimi there on the right. And he's gone. Again, though, this is quite a good shot there, but it's obviously, you know, it's blue screens and green screens, and oh, this just looks so cool to be in. Like, you really feel for the character in a minute, just to how cold it feels. I mean, you've got to think in a way when you think. I mean, it is ironic. Like, he jumps out the hospital, he runs around the street, and just as he's getting out the street corner, he sees his fiance, or going to be fiance, just walking down the street. But again, it speeds the pace up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wonder if Tim Burton had seen. Well, I think Tim Burton would have seen this, and probably went, well, Batman can be a bit more darker. Then the studio went, no, we want a bit more like, so let's go a bit more comic book Adam West, new style, neon lights. Hi Scott. And you think, like, we had that, we had this, and then we had some weird superhero ones like Phantom and all that. So throughout the 90s, you know, there was a lot of superhero films I think people forget. And then everyone goes, oh, Spider-Man, X-Men. But, you know, Sam Raimi directed this, you know, the start of the 90s. So there was a push. This bit here, I really feel for the character. Just playing Metal Gear Solid there before Metal Gear Solid caught himself out. It's the whole, like, the drain pipe just whipping him. Just lie there, Liam, and freeze. But even there, though, it's just got that weird 70s look. Just that, I mean, that there looks really weird. Dissolving in the eye. I mean, visually it looks alright, but then it's just a bit strange. You can kind of see where Raimi was wanting to go, but I don't think the effect was there yet, you know what I mean? So it's good makeup. He's returned to his apartment. Old trench coat there as well. Again, those great sets. Check out that monitor. Visually, yeah, I think that's class. And now he's just sort of realised how bad he is, and goes to the mirror, and we're in for it. Yeah, go for the broken glass to the face, man. It's like, oof. So saving it for the audience as well. And even quickly there, going down to a picture of his face on the floor, and his face, half his face is burnt off. And now we do have a bit, like, you know, it does borrow a bit from the Invisible Man, when the Invisible Man already comes to town, he's already peed off. Especially the bit in the Invisible Man when he just goes nuts and rides a bike through the town. It's just like that voice, you know. But again, this is a great location here. Pushing his shopping trolley around it like Raven, collecting stuff. Rocketeer is another film this is quite like that noir, even though this isn't particularly set in a period. It feels it feels timeless now, you know what I mean? It doesn't, I mean, watching this now, it's nothing so far to say it's now or then. You know what I mean? You've got a bit of technology here and there and a bit of special effects, but the character can be fitted in anywhere really. But that's a great set and location. Oh, there's Frank. Get him, Frank. The cat that lives in my garden, the same as that cat called Frank. He's nicer than that, like. See, a couple of years before The Crow as well, there's another dark film. The comic books were aimed dark, man. But just to roll around and find a location like that, it's like, psh, be awesome. We've just started looking for a location for. We're doing a music video in like 2 weeks' time. It's nothing big or anything like. Wait, it's big as in who it's for and what it's going to be, but like, not even looking for a big location because I think everywhere around this area it's been used. Everything now just gets fucking demolished, and before you know, hey, what happened to that? It's now like 12 houses. Oh yeah. So here we go. Here comes some CGI. And I mean, don't get us wrong, that doesn't look too bad for Blu-ray for like any fucking 30 years later. The film itself looks really good on Blu-ray. But yeah, it's missing half his face, that's the first problem. Liam Neeson rambles. It's really good at monologues, Liam Neeson. Copy and paste the side of your face. Again, though, the computer graphics really good for the time, though, aren't they? I'm wondering there, though, just off the back there, there's a, fuck me, 571, what hours? Fucking hell. Waste a month. Render a computer. That'd be a long time for your computer to render. You can say that Sam Raimi likes shit like that. Didn't it take like almost 6 months to render the Sandman in Spider-Man 3 grain by grain? It's a good old-fashioned montage here. I'm trying to work out the formula. There's a lot of different elements going on there on the screen, like for the times it's pretty decent. Resolves and total decay, 99 minutes. They couldn't get away with calling the film Darkman, they should have just called it 99 minutes. Kept the film at 99 minutes. See, again, a lot of orange. They took my hands. There's a lot of emotional play in that character, I think. You know, he's sad, he's beaten up, he's now alone, he's scarred for life. But see, even like, it's mental there, it's the table at the end of some broken pillar, a decayed floor. I'd say Stark Industries. The woman in the bottom middle just looked blatantly at the camera. Like, are we filming yet? See, a lot of time. See that there. I don't know. There's a lot of times has passed in what we've just seen there to come back to these characters as well. A big ballroom going on there. I was just wondering, she's like walking down there, she's got it all buttoned up with this big brooch in the middle, and all of a sudden the back's just totally bare. It's like, okay. And there's Darkman just peeking through upside down like Phantom of the Opera. And there's another element into the film. How do you get in the air vent? Gotta say, like, is Larry Drake's hair real? I think this is one of the bits of studio where, like, you need to cut down, but visually, like, I think the effects there are mint. I know Sam Raimi had worked with Iggy Pop on stuff like that, so Sam Raimi's definitely had his fingers into music videos, and at the time as well, coming off the 80s into the 90s, there's a lot of experimental music videos, especially around the start of the late 80s into the early 90s, where a new effect was something cool, so the music videos would, that would be that music video, that would be the effect, rather than putting elements in and stuff like that now. Jump scare as well with a hand. Great there, look at that, I mean, great visual. And that is just a fucking creepy face. He just suddenly snaps and goes crazy. And Sam Raimi's brother there just got such a rubber face going on here. And super over crank fast cars. But like no on def camera, but yeah, the crunch is good enough. I think in the third one, the he does the same scene, but the head goes flying on that one. So he's the pass the bags and follow the money. You know, if you were going to do a deal like that, you wouldn't sit by a table where the window is completely exposed from roof to ceiling, ceiling to floor, where you can see outside. Yeah, well done. So yeah, so he's just took some pictures there, and he's about to put in his computer. Now, Liam Neeson, this must be what, 6'1", 6'2". You know, Darkman's capable of copying people's faces and making fake skin. I mean, it's like copy the skin, but then you've got dental, build, height, facial structure. These are all elements that maybe work in a flash and a pan deal, but like, you know, because I always thought that Darkman would come back, or could come back, into a TV series. You could probably take the first film and stretch it out and make a series. And the idea is he copies and clones people, but then you think he can't do it to everyone, you know what I mean? He like copies a hand. Fair enough, a hand's a hand. But then it's like, what I don't get about this machine is it copies skin, but then you've got fingernails. And then when he does the faces, you know what I mean? When he does faces, it's like hair. And like, how does this machine like bubble, toil and trouble, and he pulls out a fucking face with like pre-cut eyes and fucking hair, the right hair. You know, he's on the edge of genius. So there's a total like Evil Dead kind of thing going there, the creepy old keyboard and one broken hand and one right hand. Do you know what I mean? Because that guy's face is a lot fatter than, you know, Liam Neeson's. But a great pan in there, great visual effect into the next scene as well. To the creepy Darkman with new bandages on there. Chloroform that motherfucker. See, they definitely had to leave, like right there. He's got the bandages on and all that. The thing, he would wear glasses, but then it would just be the Invisible Man. I'm surprised they didn't get the twins in from Gremlins 2 and fucking hell, mind blank. Terminator 2. Because they could have just doubled the scene perfectly. I guess, unless this guy is a twin. But I guess the actors who take on the role have got a, you know, this is where it's not Liam Neeson, and it's where, you know, the actors get a chance to act a little bit differently, you know. Get your boot on there. Again, though, you know, facial hair, nose, nostril. I mean, it's like nostrils, teeth. I mean, the Darkman's got no lips. So yeah, whatever. To all make believe it's just a movie. But like now it'll be like, ooh. I like it how they made him a little bit paler. You know, pull on your skin a bit. Nope. Eye contacts, you know what I mean? Is the Darkman got like a supply of contact lenses? So he's framed him. Some fucking weird wallpaper going on there. Again, very orangey in colour. That's just me being saying there, watch me being like ranting on about colour and all that in podcasts, but having some weird setting on my television to be warm. That would just be my typical look. Again, look at his suit he's got on. Yeah, you don't fuck around with Durant. See, that's a great stunt though. It's not a very good ball cap on the stunt guy, but this woman freaks out twice here. You wouldn't be sitting at the bus stand if you just fucking ran with the money, would you? By the time they realised the money hadn't been dropped and all that, you would be long gone. It'd definitely be longer than 99 minutes. So there's a fucking flop of the film there anyway. What did you think was going to happen? Why were we waiting at the bus stand? I see I'm going to start butchering the film now because it's getting late and I don't feel too good. Some more blue screen. Not done very well. That's, you can see where he's going, but it's just not there yet. Especially Ghostbusters being like years before, especially the gargoyle stuff they had going on there. Probably opened the door for what The Crow did, but it's not right. Don't go there just yet. I mean, it's great to be a pioneer and a risk taker, but if it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. The makeup effects so class there though. He's about to have his first wobbler, I think. Mr. Frank is back. He looks fucking terrifying like that. See the dancing freak. Fucking just going nuts. That shot there, his face going on the glass, man, it's just totally like, it's an impressive shot. This looks like it's just going nuts with loads of disco lights in the background. Again, no, what I was reading about, they've cut a lot of, there's another shot of that light up blown. Nice reflection shot of water. See, as the audience now, we're starting to get to see what he's really looking like, what he's dealing with. That's been suppressed from us. Excuse me. Liam Neeson definitely didn't like talking with the teeth in because they're two massive denture sets at the front of his jaw, like. That's great makeup effects in the reflections. So it's took 571 hours to complete the left side of his face. Now we just go copy paste. Now his face is full. Getting a lot of orange. But the effect there is not as good as it was before. We're back to the graveyard. He's back to the graveyard and he's just about to make his return. Yeah, talk about psychologically fucking somebody's mind. I mean, he could have phoned her. Yeah, you know, I could have like told you, yeah, I'm struggling. I'll come meet you. You're just gonna stand there in the background like a creep. Smiling like a creep. He looks proper creepy here, mind. Yeah, ruin. Look at that man, he looks proper creepy. That would run. I'd be gone. Peyton, that's his name, Peyton Westlake. Nice suit though. I like his suit he's got on. I just wait till you come and visit my grave. You could have called her. So is this the same day because his jacket's changed? It's a bizarre fountain going on in the background. He's so creepy. He's just creepy. Even like, it's one about putting like the mask on his face. Like, does he have any eyelids? Like, how would you get it to fit your eyelids perfectly underneath your eyelids? I know it's just a movie. Just keep repeating, it's just a movie to avoid waiting. I was going to I watched The Complete Legacy of Crystal Lake Memories, which is an amazing documentary. It's on for like 400 minutes. And I was going to do Friday the 13th remake, because obviously my brain is just full of Friday the 13th stuff. But I've said the last two commentaries, even the last three commentaries, I was going to do Darkman and 203 Darkmans. And to be honest, I wasn't even going to film one tonight. I mean, I'm starting to get a really bad headache. Guzman. But I don't recognise Larry Drake from anything else except for Darkman 2, which we'll talk about eventually. But we are about to see his finger collection. Now, Eddie Black had 10 fingers, yeah. Keeping fingers. That's like Delolf London. Must be in the end thing round there, right? Scott from Universal Soldier likes collecting ears. You can't hear me. He collects fingers. So that's great imagery again. So the Shadow, I have the Shadow on VHS. I've seen the Shadow a couple of times, pop up on Blu-ray, but on the internet. But the Shadow was sort of like came along years later with Alec Baldwin. There's a Genghis Khan things on, and that's sort of like wants to be in a noir movie, and like I don't think he's got any special powers, but like his face changes and stuff like that. But he steps into the light mysteriously and steps back out, and it's just like, okay. I'm Robert G. Darkman's also become a master of accents and speaking. If there was a TV series, there would obviously be throwaway episodes about the Darkman, how you'd have to, one, become a woman. You then would have to try and change race. So there'll be a special episode where you have to speak a different language and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You think, oh yeah, maybe it's a TV show, and then you go, no, not at all. Remake, I can't see them remaking it. It's the whole, you know what I mean? It's the whole, like, can you get away with that kind of story where like people now be believable? I think this has a great spot in the 90s for 90s films. It's, for the time it was made, it's up there, one of the best superhero movies made for the time. What? Give me the money. I'm just wondering there, has everyone got blue eyes in the film? Because that would be a clever casting choice. What colour's your eyes? Right, not the same as Liam Neeson's. They go away. I love it how you just go in America in the movies and go, right, taxi. We were going out for Annie's birthday last week, and me, Nat, Scarlett and Annie were like, we're not getting the bus, we'll get the taxi. Ring a taxi, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. It was 25 minutes later. I was like, fucking hell, I could have walked there. Like in Britain, when you see a taxi, it's got for private hire only. You think, okay. Fucking hell, there's Professor Sub-Zero there on the left from the Running Man. Okay, now he's called Professor. I don't think he's called Professor Sub-Zero. He's called Professor somebody. Paul Ray has sent me The Lost Boys Lego set. There's a load of Lost Boys stuff coming out. I think they've waited for the anniversary. And he's off to bed. But yeah, he's called Professor Sub-Zero. He's called Sub-Zero and Running Man. Oh, the fucking writing Running Man in there. I was going to go on IMDb and check this fact. Look there, the fake hand. Let's burn the hand. We're going to go to Running Man to narrow it down. Same with Running Man. Could Running Man get remade? Probably not. Like, there's certain films work in certain times, and that's the way they should stay. Professor Toru Tanaka is Sub-Zero, so he is a professor. So the film now uses the whole like getting like who's who, what's going down, who are you. So Professor, he unfortunately died in 2000. He was born in 1930, so he was 70 years old when he died. He's famous for Last Action Hero and Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Running Man. See there, it's a clever scene there, champ two actors at one time. Again, another popular thing, but it goes all the way back to even before that with Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin with the whole caddy things and the whole in the shots there, and you know, great lookalikes, stands-ins. See, again, the one who's the Darkman, I think it's got a lot of creepiness going down. It's got like a paler effect. Briefcase to the face. If that was meant to be Larry Drank in the background, it was not. That is definitely the stand-in. It's like in Keanu Reeves in a Bogus Journey, when they're like, Bill, it's us again. Or Ted, it's us again. And they go to leave, and the guy who's playing the other Keanu Reeves is clearly in shot and doesn't look anything like Keanu Reeves. So there goes the melting face. Yeah, so he's got green eyes, so that's one clever extra they've put in there. Darkman's got blue eyes, so the people he's betraying's got blue eyes as the alternative actors. There's another clown for Jack. Oh, and Liam Neeson the creep is now at the theme park. Why doesn't he just tell her? Just take the fucking. He starts snapping here, doesn't he? Beast Boy. That's gotta be Milo, me cat. Hang on, 2 seconds. Apologies for that. There was my cat at the door who hasn't bothered even coming in. So,
Not 100% cured yet. Okay, so will be.
Where is this place exactly? Hey, I want to be involved somehow. Can I at least take you back there?
No.
is that the same shot?
No, please, Julie. I don't want you to see me there. I don't want you to think of me as an invalid or something like that.
Freak.
The pink elephant, please.
I'm sorry, buddy. It don't count unless you're behind the line.
I was when I quit.
Not hard.
I was standing right here with my girlfriend. Now, the pink elephant, please.
No way.
It doesn't matter, Pete.
It matters. Okay.
I want pink elephant for my girlfriend.
Why don't you just get lost?
Scary that. You've won, but now you haven't won. It's like when you go past the fairground now, and it's like, it's not like hook a duck. It's like you're guaranteed to win a present. So come and hook a duck because it's easy, but you might win, you might not win. Here goes the fingers. So that's a great effect there. His fingers just turning a pure rubber. That's just some kind of Michael Jackson moonwalker shit. That. Take it. Just totally turned on the. See, talking about the sequels of the Mummy guy. What's he called, man? Arnold Vosloo, who takes over. He's just so placid. You know what I mean? He comes on, he's just really placid. Like, how I impressed him. You know, like he's just so placid compared to burning face pink elephant man running away there. Trying not to look inconspicuous. Didn't secure that door very well because he'd been there for months. You know, he has been robbing people. So that's probably one of our first shots of his full exposure of his face. See if she really loved him though. I mean, it's like, right, you got badly burned. You were doing this before, and now like. Ugh. And that's our first shot of the full makeup. Again, she leaves quite. No, she didn't. She sits down for a while, doesn't she? You would have. Why are you trying to help him now?
I can help you now.
Oh shit! Sorry. Sorry. Okay.
You don't have to lie to me anymore, Pete.
You could see she was destined for bigger things, like. Yeah, you can bring in a bit of Hunchback of Notre Dame into this as well. There's a lot of office buildings, you know, like this in the 90s. You look at Nakatomi Tower and Die Hard, and you've got like Rising Sun, and
I can't see you anymore.
see that their relationship there, it's just so brief and so quick. It's just like, okay. again, no Gremlins. You know, the like this sort of our advanced technology. Like the phone is sunk into the desk, and the desk looks like it's fucking marble. Like there, look at them side. Look at that cyber fucking thing. That's a telephone for you. I was looking for a wire from the telephone, but I can't see one. And that bit of paper is still doing the rounds. So again, how long has this been since the death and the murder and stuff like that?
Yes. Sorry, it's memorandum. I'm sorry you had to find that, Julie.
Talk about fast tracking the fucking story.
I have an employee who does certain things for me.
Talk about spilling the beans, mate. Jesus.
Robert doesn't like to pay taxes.
I'm apologising for the quick breathers I take. As I say,
You find
I'm struggling. Struggling. It's getting quite late as well. As I say, I was being ill. I watched 10 films. If you go on my YouTube page, by the time this comes out, there'll be a video where it's like 10 random films while under the flu or ill. Look at this screen opened up, this big blue screen. And that was filmed, you know, and you can see I'm like struggling on that. But like, I'm enjoying doing these podcasts now. But it was nice to watch out of the 10 or 11 films I watched, like 10 of them I hadn't seen, which was really good, rather than watch a film now when you're downtime trying not to do a podcast to it. It's just like, oh yeah, like hang on, you're not recording. She's a really strong actress in this. Normally the female leads are almost unforgettable. You know, a good looking girl or a throwaway actress or stuff like that, but you know, in her own right she's became the biggest star from this film. See that, the background there when he walked and the camera pan jumped over. Grant was there all the time.
Robert, I have good news. That's some big things that you read.
Oh, that does not look good at all.
We have a little problem.
Oh, if you are watching this right now on Blu-ray along with me, that didn't look good. But that looks, they look amazing, you know.
No, the good news is that I know who's behind our little troubles of late. When you retrieved my memorandum, you
Is that all pine wood?
precise.
Don't move, Larry Drake, or the effect's gonna look a bit.
I don't like loose ends, Robert.
See, if you want to talk an advancement of effects, you think like 5 years after this film was like Fifth Element, Independence Day, and then you're talking like it's almost 30 years old, this film now. You've got like Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdoms just come out, you think fucking hell. You know, in 30 years time will not be fucking, actors will be out of commission. It's going to be all about like the fucking makeup artists. To the again though, that's a total Hunchback of Notre Dame, that thing. And again, Robocop, the Fallout industrial outside of the town kind of factory. But this is where the film really kicks up a gear going at the end of it. I'm sure when I heard in a commentary or something like this area of the film room was demolished just after they finished filming. That's that. It's all. I think it's got to be this film now. They're commentating on. Yeah, this comedy's gone really fast. I mean, that's a great explosion. How long have I been doing this for? I haven't fell asleep, have I? As I say, I've been watching films lately and just been falling asleep. Great shot. Totally sold on the trailer and that. Look at that, I mean, it's mint. It's practical explosions, it's good stuff. A good thing as well about the Darkman, you know what I mean? For a stunt guy, you're fully like, it's like playing Jason Voorhees and all that, you're fully exposed, but within character as well. Look at that gun, man. Why would that gun have such a scope? Why would that... like it's dissolving, almost like you're gonna get teabagged by the fucking Darkman down there. That didn't sound right at all, did it? Those lads. Why would you do that? You can see there's nobody there. It's almost the same. You found his stash of masks he's been making. I don't think I've seen anyone drive a car in this yet. Comment on me acting, driving things. See again though, here it goes. He's about to play tricks on people with more masks. What happened to his gun? He just swapped guns in between scenes. He looked like he was about to laugh rather than... It's Frank, man. Don't be shooting Frank. That scene didn't look good at all. That has not aged well. It's almost like a cut out cliff just like getting panned in closer. See, that's what it would look like. See, a mask on top of a mask. So, but he ran into the shot, he looked perfect. Yeah. There's another mask. See, that doesn't look too bad, the whole pan and face thing. Steam in the background totally adds the effect. I love that added sound effect of air as it kind of flew through the air. It sounded like something moving fast, but it wasn't moving that fast. But so Darkman's had time to put his fighting the helicopter. Oh, Hairy Man is still alive. Oh, Is our little friend about to reappear, but it's a blue one. It's that paleness. They definitely don't carry that on in future films. Huh. Yeah, it's definitely not Liam Neeson hanging from the airplane there. Airplane, helicopter. See. Big explosions, blue screen. It's got to be in miniature. I think you can always tell miniatures by the size of the fireballs that come off. You know, they look massive for being a miniature, but they're not. But this is really good stunt. Like swinging off a helicopter. So there, it's got 2 helicopters here, man, for one shot. Imagine being that guy, man. It's got to swing you around. But then it cuts to Liam Neeson, like close up, which I don't think you really need. But you probably do. There's a 3rd helicopter now. But look at that, man. That would now be totally CGI. Swinging a guy through the fucking city, man, on a wire. Taking into account wind, velocity, motions, like okay, building splat. See, oh, that CGI glass didn't look very good at all. That shot of him going through the window there, which obviously is a bit like Die Hard. Nothing compared to how good Die Hard looks at. Fucking M16, the fucker. Well, he was pleasantly relaxed, you know, he just fucking shot a police helicopter in a bit. Seen seconds later. Again, though, a little bit of comedy there, you know. He's running on the top of the thing, but do we need the Looney Tunes voice? See, even that car bump there, that was a pretty good stunt. That is one hell of a good one, like. Been stunned, but then to me now I'm getting taken out of the movie of how grainy and how not very well the blue screen's aged. But like the camera angle there, like fucking Dutch angle on the floor. You know, there's cars getting blown left, right, and centre across a real bridge. It's really there. And he happens to land on a truck that purposely has a nice cargo hook for it to anchor onto, or an anchor for the hook to anchor onto. And there we go. Really bad poor blue screen there to the end of Durant. No one surviving that fucking thing. I'll give Darkman, I mean that didn't look too bad, but I'll definitely give it more than Die Hard or Vengeance when Willis gets stuck in the tunnel of water. I would love to do a podcast on Die Hard, like. As I say, I'm keeping them down an hour and a half until I get my new microphone, which I can plug in. Well, so Durant's dead, but I have one last standoff against really not the really threatening baddie, you know. You know, the start of the movie, Durant comes off as this the fucking new kingpin, you know.
Grieve over one less attorney.
But Durant's just a henchman.
It's the tragedy of my life that I have to kill the ones I love.
There's a lot of films as well around this time.
My wife,
Use a lot of building construction in the stories, whether it be It, you know, or Three Men and a Little Baby. A lot of construction sites are available to use, you know. Like you go to a construction site, yeah, can we film this when you're not working? And you know what I mean, just money into the development.
they do look up to me. When I was young, my father made me work high steel. Just me and the Indians. No one else.
That would just be fucking terrifying, that. How they did that in the 1920s and the 1930s, man.
Crazy? Sometimes I miss it. Life on the edge. 5 inches wide, 650 feet down.
Just set up the spikes at the bottom.
On steel. Oh, by the way, you don't have any kids, Robert? You truly are one ugly son of a bitch. What do you think, Julie? Who's the real monster here? I destroyed to build something better. Well, that's you.
Even that set, what kind of illusion that is, it's well made. You know, you're looking down thinking, look at them actors there.
It's all mine.
But see there, that blue screen looks awesome.
I built it all.
Still a Randy Orton pose there.
What have you got? Besides a little trouble with your complexion. I'm joking, of course. A troubled conscience. A little blood on your hands for what you consider justice. Justice. You and I know. It's just another word for what I think.
See, now he looks more like Frankenstein. He's definitely looking a bit like Robert De Niro a couple of years later in Frankenstein anyway. So there's a lot of Universal. I think that's why, well, I was going to say, I think that's why Sam Raimi had the Universal, but that wouldn't have been Sam Raimi's decision. That would have been Universal to have all the classic logos for the 75th anniversary. Where'd he go? He just fucking flew up in the sky and came back down. Look at his pants. Don't worry, your pants are that big, you've probably got a parachute built in there. Classic Hollywood. Talk about it. Edge, your seat. There's some quick fucking right hands. Have this rabbit punch. Again though, the score. Batman, innit? Did Danny Elfman do Honey I Shrunk the Kids as well? Punch in the face is what a cast iron steel hook's gonna sound in the face. Death by his pants. What the fuck's he missing him from that distance? But it's cool that there's even a camera angle of inside the bolts.
In your absence, I've gotten to know Julie quite intimately. Her tastes.
I wish I could rewind these podcasts. I've got to know Julie quite intimately. Oh, in the background. Quick rage. So that is like a superhero strength when it pure words. Like fucking Dalton. Just hit the steel. Totally. It's definitely the Hunchback of Notre Dame now. Swinging around. That guy was a terrible shot with a nail gun, bolt gun. Oh, that's a bit blurry.
But think of this. You let me die.
Great makeup effect that though.
Me worse. Dickhead. I know you too well. Stopping me is not really an option for you.
Why not?
It's not something you can live with.
The makeup effect there is proper class, looks great. That's a mint shot. Looking at the scaffolding like that. I love angles like that. You will be a millionaire. Don't go. You perfected skin.
It's just a burn. Skin deep. It doesn't matter. And if I covered it, hid behind a mask, you could love me for who I was inside. Without pity. But a funny thing happened.
It's class makeup. Really good. Definitely wasn't topped after these scenes, even in the follow-ups, you know.
Monster. I can live with it now.
The only thing that I think, again, talking about Liam Neeson, not wanting to talk in his teeth there, I think the jaw is so restricted. It almost feels like it's a mask pulled right over his face. So I've got the model as well. I mean, I don't have it anymore, but it came with interchangeable hands and head, but long gone. Great shot. You call me Darkman. Oh, Peyton is gone. And here is one we've got everyone at the cinema. And the guy who was meant to carry on as Darkman. If you don't know who it is, it's Bruce Campbell. Which again, at the time, talking about Easter eggs, going back to the alien head and Predator, I mean, this was just like, everyone loved Evil Dead, and just to see Bruce Campbell at the end there, it's fucking awesome. And he should have took over, you know, if he, unfortunately he didn't. But yeah, that's been Darkman. It's been very quick, that one. Standard fonts, not scrolling, just black, small, bold font. Now the credit roll. Preston Westlake, Liam Neeson, Larry Drake, Dan Bell, Astro Sonny Trinidad. There you go, Professor. There he is. Jenkins, Carl Wickman, Cliff Hemming. Does even Bruce Campbell get it? There you go. Final. Bruce Campbell. So, this has been the podcast audio commentary for Darkman. I am going to do 2 and 3. I'm probably going to do them back to back. I'm definitely planning on doing Darkman 2 soon. I do apologise if I've waffled and strolled on. I really shouldn't have done a podcast tonight. It's just rough, like. There's a lot going on as well. I was hoping to watch a film with Annie tonight and just curl up and just sweat the rest of this virus out, but so there's a lot going on at the moment. But yeah, overall quite a good score, but I think a bit too much, like, you know, it does sound a little bit like Darkman. It has got its own theme, but it's very similar to Batman. You can't deny that. Electrical Gaffer, Best Boy Electrician, Max. So yeah, I like throwing over the whole credits. It's my way of like showing, in a way, respect for everyone who's made the movie. And like that Van Damme film, when everyone's name started in the movie, just started to freak us the fuck out. David Long, Danny O'Brien, Michael Adams, Tim Brown, Todd Bear, Spectacular Effects Unlimited. Yeah, Danny Elfman. He's worked on a lot of movies. Danny Elfman has his very unique style, but definitely. Burning Hand Emanations. A lot of editors, a lot of post productions, sort of ERD supervisors, sound editors. Scott Wolf, digital editors, Foley mixers. Again though, end credits, scrolling quite slow. A bit of music on the background, bold font, you know. That's all it's going, you know. Wow, additional music by Jonathan Shearer. Hi Connor. That's massive. His name is huge. His name is like the size of 3 people. It's just so random. He must have like, I want my name big. Okay, mate. About the gaffers, line producers, model makers, miniature sets, constructions by Jeff. It would be Jeff, wouldn't it? Oh my god. I wish I never invented the skit Jeff, because everything's just Jeff now. The music's proper faded out as well. Even the music's bored of the end credit. Like, model shop supervisor, model shop. Strack City visual effects. That's Matt World. That's who would have done that. Green screen or blue screen room. About the optical and compositing. The microscope effects were really good. They were done by Oxford Scientific Film Limited. You know, the whole molecules as they're breaking up and after the 99 mirror barrier. You need DNA instruments like that. They probably did a lot of the other effects, you know, chucked in on the overlays. Give It to Me, written by Julie Vandy. This film is dedicated to Dale Johnson. It was filmed in Los Angeles in California, and it was copyrighted in 1999 and is part of Darkman Productions, which normally means that the company, a lot of the money was funded up front to create the Darkman to get it into production as well, so you normally have a name that coincides with what the film's called. And that is the end of the podcast. Wow, that's a wicked blue screen. This motion picture has been rated R. I definitely need to know that at the end of the movie. And that's the menu screen. So I've been Stephen Mason. I will be back with Darkman 2 and 3 very soon. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.